Alright guys, Brent here. I just wanted to make a short video again discussing some things I learned at my previous place of employment. So where I used to work before I bought the studio, I got certified in 2013 and I got hired at the end of 2013 at a personal training studio. And some of the things I learned there I wanted to talk about. So where I worked before, it was a very small place. We were in an office building and we only offered personal training. We did have a cardio room, but there was no open gym membership. So everybody who was there, everybody who was using that cardio room, they were buying personal training. So they had access to the cardio room if they were buying the personal training. We encouraged them to do a warm-up 15 minutes before their session, and we encourage them to stay 15 minutes after their session and do more cardio. They also were able to come in, which not many people did, and do cardio on their own. With that said, there was no sales, right? There was no, you weren't on the floor, right, pulling people. Anybody who contacted that studio was interested in personal training, and they would get on the schedule of the trainer that was working during and had an open availability during the hours that they wanted to train. So some things I learned from being there, well, the cool thing was, one of the things I learned how to do is work with other trainers. So how to just be flexible in your training, because you might be filling in for other people, right? So we kind of shared the clients, we kind of shared clients sometimes, and those clients would share trainers. So again, the trainer had their set day and hour, and the client was just on the schedule of who was there and who was open during that time. That's how that worked. So other things I learned, how to share clients, how to communicate. So tracking things, being really organized, and tracking things. So my previous boss had something similar to this that he wrote out. This you can get for free, you can download for free from Sorta Healthy. You can go to his website, but this is similar. So it's got lower body, push, pull, core, and metabolic, and then you can also write in things yourself, but you want to be organized. Organization is key. It makes you look professional, and it helps you know what you're doing with your client, right? You want to be able to document things. How are they progressing? You want to be able to take notes, so you know this person hurt their back, this person can't be on the floor, this person had a knee replacement, this person can't do squats, etc. Now there's apps where you can scan this onto your iPad and write on your iPad. One of my trainers uses that, so that's another good way. But be organized. That's really important. Look professional. Don't come in looking like you just got done with a workout or you just rolled out of bed, right? So you should be well groomed. Your clothes should fit well. You should look professional. You should be wearing comfortable clothes. I usually wear shorts when I'm training. I do have branded. This is a t-shirt, but I've got branded polos as well. Those are things I personally wear. If you're working for someone else, they'll probably have an attire you need to wear. My previous boss had shirts. We all had shirts, and then he didn't like blue. The shirts were blue, so he didn't like blue pants, but like gray or khaki pants. He did require us to wear pants. So just something that was comfortable, right? You can demonstrate exercise, but you look professional. That was important. Another thing I learned is confirming sessions. So you can really save a lot of time with no shows just by confirming, okay? And I like to do it during or after the session. So most clients, right, they have their set day and time. So I just make sure, hey, hey, great workout today. You good for Thursday? Good for next week, right? They will confirm it. So what happens is they're confirming it right then and there. So now it's confirmed, there's really no excuse. Or they're saying, oh, I forgot, I'm going out of town, I got this, I got that, I can't do that day. And then you take them off your schedule, and then you don't have to worry about a no call, no show. It just opens up the schedule. So flexibility in your training, I talked about that before, being able to adapt, being organized, looking professional, and confirming with your client. Those are the big takeaways I got working where I worked before. You also just, again, you get used to different bodies, you get used to different ways of challenging people, what they're looking for in the workout. Not everybody wants a really tough workout, and I've discussed this before. It doesn't have to be super hard to promote changes in the body. It does have to progress, or sometimes you have to regress. You do have to challenge the body. Yes, obviously you're not doing the same thing all the time. You want to switch it up, you want to confuse the body, but you want to do it safely, which is what I discussed in my last video. And not everyone is getting a super hard, super crazy workout. That's just not how it works. So you want to know your client well. So be prepared, think about your client. I like to think about what exercises do they like, what exercises do they hate, because I don't want exercise to be negative. I want it to be positive and invoke positive feelings for them. So there's a million ways that we can exercise the body, move the body. It doesn't have to be something that they absolutely hate. It definitely should not cause pain. I talked about that before. Always check in with them. But yeah, those were the 4 main things that I learned where I worked before. So being able to work with other trainers and communicate properly and just be flexible in your training, be professional, be prepared, and make sure that you confirm. If you have any questions or anything you'd like me to discuss, just drop it down below and I'll make a video about it. Have a great week.